started in real estate in Panama, which is where I am right now. And that was my beginning in business. And this is where I not only started in business, but I also met my wife over here. I got married here. And then we moved to Miami. We moved to Miami because I decided that even though real estate is great and everything, I wanted to do something bigger, something much more scalable. So at that time, I started a business that manufactures energy savings products, energy savings devices to lower consumption. And you know, you never know where life is going to take you, right? So to answer your question, Leo, this is how I got into network marketing, because I met some very large energy network marketing companies in the US and Canada, and we hooked up. I started selling my product to the field through the company, right?
Okay.
So immediately it opened my eyes to the power of this industry. It opened my eyes to for many aspects. Obviously, there's the business side, which I said, wow, unbelievable. You know, I mean, this company is doing hundreds of millions of dollars, and I saw how fast they grew. People were making money. Everybody was excited. The events were crazy energy at the events. So that got me into it. And what led me to launch my own company is I saw how these guys were growing, but also they kind of went down as well within a couple of years. And all of that has to do with decisions, right? Decisions that management made, bad strategic decisions, bad decisions for the field, because at the end of the day, the field is what makes a company, right? If you don't have leadership, if you don't have field, all you have is a product or a service and a comp plan, but you don't have a business.
Sure.
So I just...
Sir, let me just ask people.
I said, man, there's be able to do... Yes.
Let me just ask people to choose the language. Pessoal, escolhe o idioma português para você escolher a tradução. Tem aí idiomas, tá? Você tem um tema aí, uma aba idiomas, você vai escolher aí português, né? Tem bandeira de Portugal, tá? Para português e a bandeira da Espanha para espanhol.
Guys, I'm having a bad connection. I'll move to another site.
Okay, no problem. No problem, Yoni. É porque tinha algumas pessoas me mandando aqui no WhatsApp que não estavam entendendo, né? E aí eu pedi para eles, que eu esqueci de informar que você tem que escolher o idioma, tá? Então você tem que escolher aí a bandeira, né? Portugal ou Espanha para você pegar a tradução. Todo mundo aí escutando
sorry,
bem?
Guys. It's okay now?
Yeah, better now, Yoni.
Yeah. Anyway, the internet over there is not so good. Did you hear everything I said up to now, Leo, or should I go back?
No. Till now, everything okay.
Okay. So then what happened during that time, I bought a warranty business, insurance, electronics business. Okay.
Nice.
And this is when I decided, okay, I'm going to do this with network marketing, but do it the right way. So that's kind of the short thing. Take care of people, treat people the right way, make smart decisions, make sure decisions we make are for the long term and not do shortcuts, you know, because there's no shortcuts in business.
Sure.
And that was in 2013. And that's this company, but this company's made a few to get to where we are today. We made some transitions. So we started off in warranties, and then a couple of years later, or about a year later, we added more services. So we started adding, those services are not really international. They were more US based. So for example, roadside assistance for your car. For example, we had man, I can't remember now. We had tax advice, services, all kinds of stuff. And one of those little services in there, we had a travel savings as well. Okay, nothing to what we have right now. And what we noticed is that everybody was getting really excited about the travel, right? And this is what people were leading with. And and this is so this happened. So during this process, um, I realized, and obviously having many conversations with leaders and seeing what's happening in the industry, I realized that there's really, number one, this is exciting. People love it, and I love it. I love to travel. I've always traveled, so it's perfect. I mean, I don't. So for me, it was exciting because I think, of course, it's better to do something you're excited about naturally. Then it's not work, it's fun. But at the same time, I looked at the marketplace, and without mentioning any company names, there weren't very many players globally that did travel in a serious way. I saw a huge opportunity. I looked at other types of product companies, the well, health and wellness and vitamins, and there was a million, thousands of companies selling this stuff. But in the travel, it's very, very limited. So we decided that, hey, let's take the best thing that we have, which is travel. Let's now build our own platform, and let's do it and do it 100% and be the best that we can be in travel and only do travel.
Great.
Travel is something that's global, something that we can expand internationally, something that we can see what the competition is doing and always stay one step ahead. And that's how we got here. And this was in about 2000 and in the beginning of 2017 is when we really only focused on travel. So the company is 6 years old, but the first half, really the last 3 years is where we really become a travel company. And even then, during those last 3 years, every year has been a major improvement in our offer, both in terms of the travel platform and both in terms of the opportunity that we have.
So we have
And
kind of 3 years in this model we are right now.
yes and no. Yes, because yes. No, because if you looked at the company even 2 years ago, you would see it's a whole different company. So
True story.
travel, yes, but everything is so much better, so much better. But
Sure,
correct. 3 years with a focus on travel, but even a greater focus to continue to push excellence, to become
sure,
better at everything we do.
sure.
And it's interesting that we're doing this call today because tomorrow we have a very major another launch, another enhancement where we have the brand new portal is launching. We are launching our lifestyle mall. We're launching other elements of the portal, as well as major compensation plan improvements.
Great.
So that's a little bit of the history, Leo, to answer your question.
Nice. And first of all, thanks for your time because I know you probably are going crazy with everything you gotta put online, like today and tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time.
Of course,
And
of course.
and what is your vision about this after um, this coronavirus, this moment we're having right now globally? But what's your vision about the old agencies, travel agencies that no longer are gonna exist,
Yep.
the stores, and about the online migration of the clients migration? They're gonna start using much more online than before. So what's your vision for that and for the company itself?
Yeah, so it's interesting. So the travel industry, of course, has been evolving away from the travel agents to online travel. But I think you're right. With the coronavirus, it's gonna kill. I mean, already they were dying, but this is gonna be like a war on the travel agencies. So bad for them, but good for us. And I don't mean good for us, but I mean it's the natural evolution of business, of life. Industries change, things evolve. So you either stay behind or you make the change to accommodate. You change with the time. So I think you're right. I think this is going to hurt even more travel agencies. I know that in certain countries, for example, in the United States, let's take for example, or Canada, already the travel agencies were going down a lot. Right now, I'm in Panama. In Panama, travel agencies are a little bit more popular still, you know, but I know that they're going to get crushed. I know, for example, in Miami, you have a lot of Latinos, and you know, Latinos like to work with people. You know, that's Latin people. So you have a lot of little mom and pop travel agencies in Miami. You see little stores, and of course, they travel a lot to Colombia, to Venezuela, to Brazil from Miami. But the same thing, they're gonna get crushed. So this is just a reality. So what does this mean for us? Well, first of all, um, the coronavirus, guys, this isn't a forever thing. I mean, life will go on. Already we see it's improving.
Sure.
Already in the United States, it's starting to open up. Cases are going down in Europe. Um, Particularly on this call, we have mainly people from Brazil, okay? And Brazil is Latin America. I can say, and I live in Panama, Latin America has taken a very strong response to the virus. I think in Brazil, it came a little bit after compared to Peru and Ecuador and some other places. But generally speaking, it's been a very strong response in Latin America. I believe in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, it's going to start getting better. People are going to get a little bit more confidence. So the bottom line, the coronavirus isn't going to impact anything for travel. I mean, it's going to be a little moment in time, and life goes on. People will continue to travel naturally. Everything goes on. I predict that by June, July, it's going to be the flow is going to be back again. Okay, this is what I
Sure.
see.
Sure.
So what does that mean? So in the meantime, we're taking this opportunity, and this is what I tell people, this is the opportunity to focus 100% on the business. This is the opportunity to take advantage of what we have, get people into the opportunity, get people making money, get people seeing the vision, and with the loyalty points that they accumulate, with the commissions that they accumulate, they can start planning their trips for the summer, for the fall, for the future. And in fact, we have a team in Guatemala, you know, and it's very interesting. It's a lot of young people. It's people 20 years old, 21 years old. And this is what they're doing. They're basically finishing high school, finishing university, and it's a big group and they want to go on a trip together. So they're all kids, they're all joining together, building together. So saving so that they can go on a trip. They're going to go either on a life experience or on a trip, a private trip. So, so this is what's happening right now, and it's a perfect time. Number one, it's a perfect time because you can't travel, but it's also a perfect time to focus on the business because people right now are looking for additional ways to make money. Okay,
Sure.
so even though traveling will come back, there's no question that this has an impact on the economy. People are losing jobs, people are suffering economically. So, and everywhere, Latin America, US, everywhere. I mean, in the United States, I think 20 million people file for unemployment. That's unbelievable number. It's hard to understand that number. So these people are all going to be open-minded for a way to make a few $100s extra per month, a few thousand reals per month, right? So, and the other thing I will say, and this is not, this is fact, this is not my opinion. The reality is, during times of crisis, is the time where you can establish yourself and secure yourself to make money. Okay,
Sure.
during times of crisis is when network marketing companies explode. During
Sure.
times of crisis is when opportunistic business people make money. I know in real estate, that's my industry from before. I never made money in the boom. I made money in the shitty time because I could buy stuff for nothing. I would buy a $300,000 apartment for 80,000. You know, so this is when I make my money, not when it's going up. So the same thing is in any business. Is now is the time because people are looking. So this is what I would say in terms of the timing. Now, what are we doing as a company? Again, obviously, like I said, tomorrow we're launching our brand new platform, which I'm really, really excited about. We are always looking for ways and always going to continue to improve the experience for the members. Okay. And tomorrow you're going to see that with the enhancements. The other major thing that we've done, because we're a travel company, but we're a lifestyle company. So what does that mean? It means, uh, of course, to have a decent lifestyle, you have to make money. It's hard to live a lifestyle when you're broke, right? when you can't afford to pay rent and it's hard to, so this is where the opportunity comes in. When you have money, when you're making money, you can increase your lifestyle. But part of a lifestyle is travel, of course. People want to experience and they want to be and to live what they've been dreaming about. But another part of that we're now introducing is the mall, the merchandise, the fashion. Okay. And if you look at any big Instagram influencer, the number one thing you see is fashion and travel. Those beautiful models, they're wearing those Gucci glasses somewhere in beautiful, somewhere in the world,
Dubai.
and yeah, Dubai or Brazil or wherever, Rio de Janeiro on the beach, they're walking around with the very, very nice bikinis, whatever. So, so, so we're introducing this because it really fits. It really fits our travel lifestyle. It fits our demographic, which is, we're younger people, younger generation, and it fits the value to the user. The user is able to get a lot of value from these brands. They're able to use their loyalty points. And the nice part about it, from a timing standpoint, it's interesting because it's something that people could take advantage today, even though they're not traveling. So it was very interesting how the timing made sense. So this is an evolution for the membership. And our goal has always been the same. I mean, we're always here to improve and make better. And what I want to see for Brazil, what I want to see for Portugal is exactly what we have happening right now in more established markets like France, Belgium, Russia. We have an opportunity to do exactly here what we're already doing in France, for example.
Great.
And all it takes is a few people who are serious in the beginning to see that same vision, and the company behind you guys to support with what we need to do for the market. So that's it, really, and just keep going towards our mission. I mean, we want to be the #1 travel company in the world.
Sure. And
We
I
believe we could
tell
do
you,
that.
Yoni, I've been in another company. I've been at another companies in the travel industry, and what I see that I tell people, it's really true. Like the commitment about getting better of MWR is like crazy, because it's really a commitment about being the better, the best one. Because what I see is I've been another company which is nowadays the #1 in travel industry. They have 14 years and they don't have their own platform. And like MWR with 3 years only in travel industry already have its own platform. And not only that, launching like this lifestyle mall. And this lifestyle mall, this other company has a lifestyle mall, but they don't deliver to the whole globe. They only deliver in USA. And now we are just launching with a free shipping for every country. So it's crazy, it's massive. We see like the commitment about getting better, and this is awesome. This car rent, this rental, the house, the beach house,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have
Vacation rentals.
200,000. Yeah, the vacation rentals. Yeah, so this is kind of crazy when we see this kind of evolution that with only 3 years on only the travel industry, like doing things that other companies with 14 years they couldn't do it. So for me, it's like a pleasure to see it happening and to be part of it.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it's like anything in life. I mean, it's what trainers preach. When trainers are training, the same thing is true for the company too, not only for leaders. You know, we tell leaders, you know, have the vision of what you want, you know, set your goals, create your dreams, visualize, and then take the action to make it happen. Well, it's no different with corporate. You know, if we want to have a vision of this product looking like this, or it's the same thing. It starts here, and then it's written down. We put a plan, we put action, and we go and make it happen. So I think that, again, our philosophy as a company, I don't want to talk about, I'm not going to say anything about anybody else, but for me, it's very important, concrete, to have an amazing product for the end customer. It's very, very important. That's the number one thing. Okay. Now, in addition to that, where we're going to start putting a lot focus on, where maybe we haven't put as much focus on now on the networking side, is on the training aspect, on the culture building, because this is also very important, you know, to give people this mindset. It's critical.
Sure.
But we chose to put a lot of focus first on the product, okay? Because without that, then I don't feel good about it if I'm pitching something where I don't feel good that it's the best. And then continue to expand the value that we offer through the cultures, through the events, through the trainings. And this is really a big focus going to be now once we launch these improvements, to create a real leadership culture as well.
Nice, nice. Uh, just I know you're in a rush, but just to finalize, what do you truly see? Now I'm gonna push a little bit for Brazil, so sorry people, but just one question. What do you really see your truly vision about the Brazilian market?
Well, I think the Brazilian market, again, it starts with the people. Okay, so before we talk about the people, I'm going to talk about the obvious things. Maybe I should say, because it's good to hear it. The obvious thing, of course, is Brazil is the biggest economy, the biggest population in Latin America. So from an opportunity standpoint, it's huge. You know, I mean, it's got its own language, so it's kind of separate from the rest of Latin America, Portuguese. Um, the population is massive, okay, and the economy, of course, it's been having some issues lately, but generally speaking, it's an economy that there is a very big market for what we do. So this is the first thing. So I see it the same way as I would look at France, for example. It's a big market. Russia, US. For me, Brazil can be another massive pillar. It could be a whole business by itself. So if this call was with Bolivia, I wouldn't be saying that, you know. So I mean, of course, no, not to take anything away, but in Latin America, some of these other markets, Central America, we look more at regions versus at countries. Okay, so if I look at Central America, El Salvador, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Panama, I look at that as the region. I talk about more regionally because each country is small, you know. But Brazil, it's a whole world right there. Number one. So that's from the high level. Then we go down, and it's about the people, right? So we know that the market is there. The market is there. Now we need to know that we have the right partners, that we can partner with good people that have good intentions, that want to do things the right way, that bring good experience to the table, good knowledge. And we have that, Leo, of course, with you. It starts with you.
Thank you.
And this has been a long, not so long, but a long relationship and a long discovery process of getting to know each other.
Sure.
And both sides feel really, really good. And that's very important. And just like with France, we had that with Ilian as well. And in Portugal with Nuno, you know, it starts with one person, where that one person makes a commitment, has good ethics, good values, and good skills to bring to the table to enable to start and launch a country. And then through that is then establish leadership, establish a core leadership team that sees the same vision, sees the same commitment, and is ready to go to work, is ready to put in the work so that we can build some momentum and build stories, build successes, build testimonies of people using the service, traveling. And when you have that, you now have a business. You're rocking and rolling. I mean, this process sometimes happens very quickly and you're in business. And from then on, it's really just making sure that, you know, when we're riding the ship, it's a big ship on a big ocean. We have to navigate the waters. You know, we have to do things the right way to make sure the ship keeps going the right way. And this
Sure.
is a job that we do together with corporate, with leadership. This is where uh, this is where the culture and the training comes in. The leadership is very important. The mindset, because not everybody is born with a positive mindset. We have to teach people and show them the way. Events are important because events, if without events, this would be a boring business. That's all I could say. So events is something very, very exciting to keep going to. And the vision is to take that, and then of course, anything we need to do legally as well, you know, with time to bring the legal aspects so everybody can feel comfortable, that things are okay legally, and then just continuing to develop the market and starting with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10, 50,000. But we can have. There's no reason we cannot have 100,000 members within a year and a half just in Brazil, taking this approach. And this is
Sure.
what I see. I'm excited about Brazil because I personally, on a personal level, I'm excited to also come, you know, myself, because it's a few hours flight from Panama or Miami, wherever I am. It's not a
Let's
big
play
deal.
soccer.
Yeah, we play some football, we drink some caipirinha. You teach
Yeah.
me how to do some capoeira, all this stuff. You know, it's a it's a cool culture, you know, and so it's just a cool place to. I think for many people that are not from Brazil, Brazil is very exotic. It's very sexy, you know, samba, the carnival. It's a very cool place. So of course, I've never been to Brazil, and I would love. I'm excited to come to Brazil, and I think we can do some really cool things too with life experiences, mixing it with different things, with soccer, because there's so much culture, you know, dancing, carnival, all these things. But this is the vision, you know, you take the country, you take the business opportunity, but you also take what the country has to offer in terms of culture and incorporate that into what we're doing. So, so yeah, I'm excited to get going, guys. And then we work on a launch event. You know, we get through this next couple
Nice.
of weeks, and the next thing to do is we need to see the numbers, guys. We need to see people. We need to see the team forming, and then what we do is I recommend we establish a leadership committee for Brazil, a committee
Nice.
of committed leaders, and we put a plan in place. We put a plan in place for the next 12 months. Put some events. You guys organize events, but I will definitely be there for the pre-launch. You know,
Yes,
so the
that's awesome.
pre-launch and then the launch. So
Nice.
this is the way forward, and this is what we did in France. This is exactly the model we did in Europe, and it worked very, very well. So I believe we can do the same thing with Brazil.
So we could maybe organize, we'll see the numbers, but maybe in the end of the year, this year, a pre-launch event, and next year, 2021, launch event for you.
Yes,
Nice,
this is the plan. This is
nice.
exactly the plan.
And
100%.
probably maybe a life experience together, a life experience with an event, pre-launch event. Who knows?
Who knows? It makes sense. I mean, it's always good to do them together, you know, because people can leverage, they can leverage the plane trips, take advantage of a life experience, and then take advantage of the event and training and this kind of stuff as well. And one of the other things we're going to start doing, guys, as well, again, I talked about leadership. One of the personal projects I want to start doing is start having leadership events as well. Not only corporate events and announcements and recognition, but start having specific leadership events for specific ranks and to really develop people as people. develop the mindset, develop their skills, because it's not enough just to say, oh, I want to do well. There's skills that you need to develop. There's emotional skills it's not, when times are good or bad, you have to manage your emotions, because sometimes, okay, times are good and you're doing well, but your emotions get crazy from excitement and energy, and it's not easy. It's, people think, I get, until you don't get to a level of a minimum level of success, it's hard to understand. But when you start getting there, there's challenges to deal with success as well. There's emotional challenges. There's challenges from other people, because people talk to you differently. People maybe are jealous, and it impacts. So all those things we also have to bring to people through the leadership events as well. So, and then the basic skills. What do we need to do to build a business? How do we develop teams? How do we go from a team of 300 to a team of 3,000? Okay, that's not luck. This is leadership skills. So this is very important as well for the business and for the growth.
Nice, awesome vision. And okay, and one more thing. Is there maybe a possibility about having like an office in Brazil to help the team to build maybe 2021?
Yeah, this is what I would say. I would say about that. I would say, um, maybe the answer is yes. One of the things I'm looking at, and again, we got so busy with the coronavirus, and then we had the new portal.
Launching.
But one of the projects I want to look at is to have a system where we can have some kind of a joint cooperation with leadership and corporate to have offices all over the world. So
Wow.
where the markets are, because I think that it's very important for people to see the stability of an office, for people to come together in one place. Um, so the answer is yes, absolutely, Leo. But I don't want to just say it's going to be a corporate office. I want it to be a joint venture between leadership and corporate, and
Awesome.
to create, what's the word, a qualification. Not everybody can just have, and this is something that we don't have in place yet. But again, this goes in line with my future plans, which is, when I say future, I mean for this year. But once we finished with this portal and these comp plan changes, our focus is going to be on this leadership events and on this office formula, because I think this is very critical. This is
Sure.
another small thing that could go from a little bit of growth to massive growth, because this is a platform. It's almost not an office, it's a home. It's a home for people to come,
Yeah,
and get the training, get to meet, get the culture, in addition to the credibility. So
I
thank you
see.
for reminding me. I'm going to put this in my notes for next week to think about.
Thank you. And just for to finish, do you have like a number for the company itself, like with I don't know, a few years ahead? I have myself, but I want to hear from you.
Number for what? You mean sales revenues?
Yeah,
I mean, look, I believe that in 2 years from now, 2 years from now, we can be doing $300 million in sales from where
sure.
we are today. I
Awesome.
believe in a 5-year plan. We should be at $1 billion. We should be at a
That's
billion.
that's my vision exactly. $1 billion company in 5 years. Wow. So we're really connected.
Yeah, no, we are. And with these markets that we're talking, and this is not just, I don't like to just throw numbers. I'm looking at growth. I'm looking at sales and what's happening in markets that are happening. And it's a very realistic figure. And all we could do, guys, is focus not on the numbers, but focus on what we need to do today in the near term and medium term, and then the numbers will come by themselves. I've found that to be the truth. But I know
Sure.
that people like to hear the big numbers to get inspired. But
Yeah.
I'll give you advice for your own team. Don't think you're going to join the business, and don't talk to me about national manager in the first 3 days. Talk to me about manager, senior, and area, and then let's create a goal to be a six-figure earner. In the back of your mind, of course, but remember to have realistic goals and piece by piece. This is how you achieve greatness.
And there is one question here about you always listen this question, okay? About the split payments with credit cards that we have in Brazil. They're asking if, are we gonna have it?
Well, I think I think we spoke about that, Leo. I spoke about it maybe to Nuno. And yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the last call. So at the end of the day, this is about joining up with a credit card company that offers this as a service, right? Because we as a company can't do it ourselves, but I believe there's services that do this. So that's one of the things to look at is as we get going, and with the help of you guys, you know. In fact, let me make a note. I have some contacts also in Brazil. I'm going to look at some options for this. So what I can promise you is we're going to work to make it happen. Absolutely. We're going to work to connect with these companies to make it happen.
If you want to, Yoni, I can like try a few companies and try to see what is needed to, and then get back to you with something like more specific if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you guys can help us, the better, because I mean, you're there, you're local, you can wake up, you know, in the morning, make a few phone calls. It's easy, you know, the Portuguese, the language, everything is easier.
Nice. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it this year.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So Yoni, thank you so much for your time. I know that you're really rushed today because tomorrow gotta be the portal on with a lot of new launch. So thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for our vision.
You, my friend.
And thank you for created this monster. We're like growing, and for real, I'm really, really, really happy and excited. Like when I first joined my first travel industry company, Motor Level Marketing, everything I wanted to see there 4 years ago, I see now. So I feel like I'm in the right spot at the right time, you know, getting the ramp up of the company right now. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leo. And Leo, thank you for everything you do. And guys, make sure you say thank you to Leo, because the hardest part, I have to say this, is to be in the beginning. You know, it's easy when the company is established because you can see, right? But in the beginning, you can feel. You have to trust your feeling. You can't see. Of course, you can see that we have success in other markets, but it's the thing that gives people the most stress is decisions, right? People get anxiety because they have to make decisions. So to make the decision based on feeling and vision takes a lot of strength. And in Spanish they say cajones, and I don't know how they say it in Portuguese. So so I thank you for doing that and having the belief, you know, and making that commitment. And I know you do it not for yourself, you do it for the team. So I know that about you, and this is a quality that I admire, and I hope that everybody can recognize about you, my friend. So and this will come back to pay you in big ways as well in the future. So
thank you, bro.
So that's fantastic. Of course.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yoni. Everybody, thank you so much for your time. Todo mundo, obrigado a todos por estarem aqui presentes. Espero que vocês também deem o valor, né, do Yoni, porque ele está num momento absurdo de correria para conseguir lançar tudo isso amanhã no portal. Então, Yoni, once again, thank you so much. Everybody, tchau, tchau, obrigado. We're gonna have a meeting in 10 minutes. We got a meeting. So let's get the invited. Vamos chamar os convidados, que daqui 10 minutinhos estamos no ar com a apresentação, ok? Então, vamos foco total, total focus till the end of the day, ok? Até o final do dia, foco total para a gente conseguir, de fato, né, fechar essa promoção aí com o máximo de pessoas franqueadas, ok? Obrigado, pessoal da Espanha, obrigado, pessoal da Argentina, Guatemala, Colômbia. Vou falar todos os países que eu vou acabar falhando aqui, tá? Itália, né? E alguns outros mercados que estão aqui também. Pessoal do Brasil todo, muito obrigado, tamo junto e vamos acelerar, porque de verdade, nós estamos numa empresa de $1 bilhão em 5 anos. E eu vejo isso porque a última empresa que eu trabalhei, ela chegou a 967 milhões de dólares em um ano. Então, essa empresa, com tudo que nós temos hoje, que é absurdamente superior à outra, eu tenho certeza que ela vai passar de $1 bilhão nos próximos 5 anos. E nós, hoje, temos um faturamento de 67 milhões de dólares. Nós vamos sair de 67 para 1 bi. E você vai pegar essa curva de crescimento de 67 milhões para $1 bilhão. E você vai fazer parte disso se você tomar uma decisão hoje de trabalhar com isso de maneira profissional. Porque alguns vão surfar essa onda, outros vão assistir. Só depende de você tomar a decisão por você mesmo de fazer parte de tudo isso. Então, obrigado a todos, estamos juntos. Obrigado, Tati, pela tradução. Muchas gracias, Tatiana Bustillor, de Colômbia, por la traducción. Gracias também na Nuno. Obrigado, Nuno, pela tradução aí no português. E, galera, estamos juntos. Vamos chamar os convidados. Daqui a pouquinho estamos começando mais uma apresentação top. Vou parar aqui a gravação.